Dobre Utra Collective. I'm your host, OK Fixer. Welcome to my garage. We're going to do some metal work on the Beetle, 70 Beetle. I've already did quite a bit of metal work there and there. And put a channel underneath there. I've plugged up our holes that Abner drilled. And I've also done some patching and seamed it up the best I can. I don't have the best welder. I am not the best welder. I don't have a bottle on mine, so it's just rosin core or whatever it is, wire. It's not. Yeah. So I also painted it with some base coat. You can buy a coating if you want. I get mine free. If you go down to the body shops, and if you're nice about it, they'll give you, because they have to throw this stuff away. Or they have to, excuse me, they can't throw it away. They have to pay to have it taken away. That's what I wanted to say. So they'll let you have it. It might not come in cans. Usually comes in little plastic things. You can transfer it into bottles, plastic bottles, small Coke bottles or whatever you want. And it lasts for quite a long time. If you ever paint this way, where you take this red and this blue and this white, whatever, and you're making a light purple or something, and you get your color all right, make sure you've got, one, enough material to paint with, and two, you save some in case you have a fender bender. There's the blue for my blue Beetle. There's the silver for my Ford truck roof and hood. Enough of that. We're going to cut a pattern, or we already have actually. And you make it out of cardboard, do some measurements, figure out how you're gonna put that underneath there. This piece right here is going to slide up underneath this. I'm going to cut a piece of steel that goes and weld it to this. That way it's double strong. Also, the original piece had this little loop kind of a thing before it went to this. Actually, this is kind of like two pieces, but we're not doing that. You understand what I mean? So I'm going to have to make a little angle bracket here that's going to go along the length of this and weld it in place. And that way I'll be able to weld the back of this package tray to it to make it doubly strong. We're going to do the package tray, it looks like, in two pieces. I might even do it in three. You never know. So the first piece is going to be this. And we're going to figure out exactly how we're going to put that on there. We're going to transfer this to steel. And so let's stop yakking and let's start working. So I was doing some work at one of my local body shops and they had a Jeep in there that they were replacing the roof on. And I looked at this and I was like, are you kidding? They even bent it for me. Because of the advent of this line of sealant or sound deadener or whatever, when they scissored off the roof, they bent it. They just pulled it up, and it bent here almost. I mean, it couldn't be better almost. See, and we can use these ribs as strengtheners. We can put this right in the middle and cut that piece out. It's already got a nice bend to it. We might be able to bend it just a little bit more to make it work for us, but that would be perfect. We'll bend up the sides a little bit so we'll have a pinch weld. And this portion here, I'm probably going to draw a line and just bend the whole thing up like this, and then probably attach another piece along the edge of this. I can go all the way down, actually, probably. Are those words? Am I, yeah. Who has the command of the English language? Not me. So I can probably go all the way down and cut this piece out and then bend it and have almost enough from what I need. And I would just need to add the sloping part And probably right about here would be where our carpet strip would go. Other than having this little deal for the antenna in the back, it's just a fabulous piece. So let's get this whacked out with the plasma hacksaw. I've got the old section here, and this is the lower part. The upper part is completely gone, okay? But there's where the bend is, and you can see where it came up, and that's the pinch weld right there. Now, if you look along the edge here, you look at the fossil evidence, it's not, you know, that those are straight. It's not straight. So it'll come out a little bit. Well, we'll make our piece a tad bit bigger, like maybe an inch bigger, and we'll fold up a lip for pinch weld. And if it's not big enough, we can take it out and fold up a little more. If it's too big, we can always pound it down, because we don't need a lot of a pinch weld. We just need, you know, 3/8 of an inch or something. So if we make a whole inch, we'll be able to have more. We'll always cut on the bigger side. And yeah, this looks like, if we was to put this here, just say that much for a fold, it's going to be almost perfect. Our seam for this piece, the seat belt piece, where the seat belt's bolted, and the carpet, the little rail for the carpet, will be right on that edge. So I might cut that a little bigger. Put this down. I might, since I have a little bit more, I might even cut this here. In the event that I wanted to hammer it out, I'd have another 2 inches. But it's kind of got a weird roll to it, and it'll have a, but you won't see it because that piece will be, yeah, we can hammer it all out. It should be okay. But I love these. I love the fact that these are in there, and I'll be able to fold them. They'll be a little, they won't be so neat when I fold them because I don't have a brake. But I love the fact that it's got a little strengthening there, and we'll put a patch over that or something. I don't know. Great. Right there. I'll take the torch, get that hot, and I'll be able to clamp this down, and then I'll torch it. I'll put a piece of steel underneath this, put a torch on there, and see if I can bend it up. It's gonna smoke looking in here quick. And get that nice and hot, and then we're going to give it a little bend. See what happens. Okay, I looked at mine in the red car, and it's dang near at a 90. If it's not a 90 exact, that's close enough. Like I said, we're going to, whoops, probably flatten this out. We might need a little bit more of this, but that's fine. We'll make some cuts here and fold this up for a seam, and if it's too big of a seam, we can always pound it down. I made it a little bigger than what it should be, but that's what you want. You want more, not less. It's easier to cut off than it is to add on. We're kind of hanging up over there on that side a little bit. So I'm going to take it out and I'm going to slice it up just a little bit more and tweak it a little bit more. Over here, we're about right. I need to bend that corner up so the whole thing can go in a little bit farther. And then if you look way over there in the top corner, there's a piece over there that needs to be folded back also. And then I should be able to push this in. Now, once we get this fit in place, of course, I've got another piece of steel that I have to cut and weld there. So you have both this and the car body being welded onto this piece, if that makes sense to you. And then I also have to have a support that goes across the back that's going to mate to my piece that I made in the very first. It almost looks about right. I think also what I'm going to do is heat this and hammer it flat so I have a lot more material. So let's take this piece out and massage it a little bit. All right, we're getting a little closer. This side's got to come in a little bit, but it's kind of hanging up at the edge up there, so we'll have to fix that. Again, we've got plenty of room over here, and so I think if I bend this side, I think this will be the last time we have to fit. I would like a support to go underneath here. I'd like another support, maybe up a little closer, like at the end of this. I think I would like a support. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to put some sort of support there. I need to look at this between here and here, and I need to come up with some sort of something so I'll be able to meet that. This is going to need to be trimmed off a little bit, and then of course we're going to have a piece of steel that's going to go in here and make these two pieces together. I might use sheet metal screws and screw that together that way, and that way it draws it all up. That way it will be able to weld it a lot easier. Looks like everything's coming along pretty good, and I see no reason why we can't just put our bar across there and bring that down with another piece of steel. I think it'll be fine. Here's another aspect of this. When I weld little spikes on here to hold my material, if someone was to take this off, they would see the formed piece of steel and they would say, yeah, somebody's replaced the luggage tray, but they used a whatever part, Clockerholm part or whatever. No, that's a Jeep roof. But it didn't cost me $700, see? Well, I'm at a point now where I'm just going to stop for today. So I'm going to post this. A couple of things I did wrong. I have those tabs there. I've got to turn them completely around because it's on the other side that the pinch weld is. So that's that. On that corner there, I need to square that up so it's nice and like it's got a nice 90 degree there. Didn't weld my patch there. I need to weld a patch there. It's not a problem. Working out this, and I've got a piece of steel shoved up quite a bit to that radius where you're really hard pressed to see it. And so, yeah, you're not going to see that on the other side in the vent. And then it comes down quite a ways where you're not going to see it as well. So I have that. And then also I made a little box section. And it fits. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it, but it fits up underneath there. And it's the space between this and that, and that was quite thrilling to do. But I think it's going to work pretty nice once I get it all tucked in there. You can see where the original weld was and the stop right there. And so I need to fold these tabs back. I got them the wrong way. Okay, well, we're progressing. It's a work in progress, but it's working, and I really like the ribs in it. They almost look professional. So get that taken care of. Those little pieces bent back in there, squared away, our patch welded on. And we'll probably be able to, I know, get that piece in there, and probably this is going to be 4 videos because I'm going to have to manufacture another piece that comes down, which isn't a problem. It's kind of neat, actually. It's kind of cool being able to do this, manufacture all your own parts. Especially the cost. Well, okay. Thanks again. for wrenching with me in my garage, and I appreciate you being here. And eventually this car will be done. Might take a year, but eventually it will be done. All right, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.